Dire team ban.
Yeah, yeah. No, dude, there's no winter. That would just be Hoth, I guess, right?
Remaining.
In this case, Mr. Cat is the winter.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds. Radiant team pick.
Weber? Our first Magnus. Do they combo the Magnus with anything, with the Empower, or to follow up with the RP, or is it just a cool casual Magnus?
Clockwork. Shadow Fiend.
Dire team pick.
Right. PA.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Omni Knight.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, man. We saw that yesterday in the Complexity EG series. Unfortunately, the Shadow Fiend still got rolled in the mid lane. One gank early on mitigates a lot of the early advantage you get, compliments of all those extra souls. But no, it's pretty nasty, and it's a good way to make sure the Shadow Fiend has a guaranteed good couple of waves before you can start spamming out with Shadow Raises and retreating into the jungle and whatnot. Trent, I want to ask you real quick. Yellow on the side of Clutch Gamers. Say his name one more time for me, pal. Armel. It sounds like you say like initials, like RML or something. Is it Armel? Is it just, does the exclamation point change the pronunciation, or what are we doing here? Armel. Armel. Okay, I'll do my best.
Team pick.
Armel. I enunciate the M. That's where I would put the umlaut, you know?
Right, and
Armel.
I make it like Arm L.
You want to say like Carmel. You're like Armel.
Carmel.
It's a Carmel.
10 seconds remaining.
I just don't know, dude.
You know, I can't believe that Slack's impression of your Irish accent did
That
not
was
make
pretty
the front page of the subreddit. I really thought that one was going places.
Reserve time.
What can you do? Oh, dude, that was actually a sick burn. Well, all the events I've ever hosted have done it that way. Oh, you mean all two of them? Zing. What a monster. Weaver Axe banned out by WG.Unity. OD Luna taken out by the Clutch Gamers there. The big carries. Man, I thought Luna was still in I was surprised to see her not touched in that best of 5 we did yesterday.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see her this morning too, honestly. Like, I mean, versus Juggernaut, still a good hero. Maybe Luna's a little better with Omni, so that makes more sense in this case. She can just get up in there with some repels.
Ooh, big
Riot
team
team
fight.
pick.
Okay, this can be very nice against the Omni. You've got the Fatal Bond, some magic damage, still maybe finish some people off through Guardian Angel and those big 5v5s. Great sustain for the Warlock, or the Shadow Fiend, rather. A little Shadow Ward on him.
10 seconds
I like it.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Pudge.
Oh,
Radiant team pick.
yeah. This is some classic stuff right here. You put the repel on Pudge, he doesn't take damage from Rot. He also can't be stunned or slowed down. And you get in the
10
face of a
seconds
Warlock or like a
remaining.
Clockwork who normally will just battery assault to run away. Man, he's taking heavy damage.
5
Pudge is
seconds
smacking him with the
remaining.
claw. It's nasty stuff. I like it. And with a Rubik as well, you've got some setup for the Pudge,
Reserve
telekinesis
time.
to catch people, some follow-up burst damage to find those kills with the Fade Bolt, and of course Purify on top of all that. The name of the game for Pudge is taking damage. Omni helps deal with that. And Degen Aura. Man, you thought Rot was slowing you down.
Yeah, seriously.
Now you got some Degen on top of that. Like, there's so much synergy across this trio that WG.Unity's got.
You know that game yesterday where Complexity were just like running in the jungle? They lost that game 4, but they were just like in there and fighting you the entire time over and over, and there was like this core revenge in there. That kind of seems like the same scenario they might look for here from
Dire team
WG. But wow, is Centaur totally ignored this whole draft? That's kind of crazy. Really wanted that clock SF opener.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, it's out of vogue. That'd be the only way they could make a Centaur work, I think, though.
Reserve
Core
time.
Revenge does look kind of good again, though, now that there's a Bat Rider.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that could be pretty good. WG.Unity have a big decision to make here. Could be an alright Slark game as well. You've got the Omni Knight, builds in the BKB, a couple of heroes you can pick on. Bat Rider, all about the initiation with a Shadow Blade. Sometimes you can find the better of him. Comes a point in the game where Warlock is basically just food to somebody like a Slark.
Storm Spirit.
And they'll take their mid
Storm.
laner instead, the Storm
Radiant
Spirit.
team ban.
A little unusual these days, but not too bad. Can deal with cogs pretty well. At this point, I think we're assuming this is an off-lane Bat Rider when he gets picked up. Warriors Gaming just did their support Bat Rider, but they always do it with the Centaur War Runner for the most part when I see it. And of course, now this is going to be Clutch
10
Gamers who have the Bat,
seconds
so
remaining.
support Bat's pretty niche. I mean, some teams
5
run it,
seconds
some don't.
remaining.
It looks like, well, here, let me see. Last time, they've been running it off-lane lately. I don't see any like Centaur combos or anything they've been doing, so
Dire
I would
team
assume
ban.
this is the off-lane Bat, but we'll see which one they denote most of the farm to, be it Clock or Bat Rider. But not really much question. Should just be the position one left to grab. For both teams, that is.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
Yeah, that's the last hero they ran it with. Yeah. So, yeah, I kind of like the Slark, as you said. Anti-Bat Rider heroes come to mind. Slark, Jug, still both in the pool. Those
Anti-Mage.
are your big potentials, and it'll actually be the AM, so another
Radiant
slippery
team
hero, and a combination of early aggression and fighting, but quite a bit of split push, too. And working across the map with a Storm Spirit and an Anti-Mage now.
maybe a slight block pick here. I mean, Clutch Gamer is looking for another core.
Probably someone with heavy nukes. Like the reason Wraith King would be good here would be much like Sven. You want to blow some up really quickly inside the lasso. Maybe like an Ursa. Who's coming to lane? Pudge and Omni. Yeah, Ursa could be okay.
Yeah.
It's the Anti-Mage too. There's still
I want to
Sven
say
as well.
Spectre, but I don't think that's good. They take the Venge. All right, good call, Mr. Trent Packs.
I wanted it for Warriors Gaming though. This doesn't count, man.
Well, yeah, but it looks good here the other way. I mean, it's a good position 1 Venge game. Put a lot of pressure on this off lane.
They're just gonna like run for the victory. Like this is Clutch Gamers. So they barely eked out the last victory after a similar draft where it was like supposed to be a lot of heavy aggression early and just going for the win and controlling Roche and stuff. And eventually they did win out. So yeah, Warriors Gaming with a very similar, like heavier late game victory style lineup. I mean, you look at the draft they had last game. They had Invoker, Sven. They had a support Batrider, which of course became core by the time you make an hour and 3 minutes. They had a Centaur and a Rubik. 5 fantastic late game heroes, honestly, against Avenge, a Shadow Fiend, and a Legion core. And they had no right winning that game, I don't think. Like, it felt like Warriors Gaming should have closed that one out for the 2-0 with the late game heroes, but CG just played well. Warriors Gaming couldn't quite find their footing. And maybe that'll happen here again, because that's what you see. I mean, there's an Anti-Mage, and there's a Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
So,
sorry, I'm reacquainting myself with Annie's hotkeys. You know, Trent, I want to go on a soapbox here.
oh no, she always complains about them.
Fuck people that don't use default hotkeys.
I don't even know what the defaults are. What's Q do for you? Last hits?
Yes. No. Q is KDA.
Okay, yeah. I don't use
W is
default
last hits. E is level. R is some bullshit. I is buyback. So on Annie's, I puts me in like movie mode, and I zoom in on Omni Knight.
Wait,
and she uses.
Oh, those are
So, but-
no wonder no one uses those hotkeys. Those are awful.
Well, sort of. So, but here's the thing: like Pimp Moogle, right? They use ASWD to control the camera instead of the arrow keys, and they make 1, 2, 3, 4 like last hits, net worth, all those. But then you can't use the numbers to jump to heroes because
Yes,
all the
that's true.
heroes are so like. It's constantly changing, and when you use your own keys, then you have to just use the goddamn default. It's not that bad. You're an observer. You don't have to have high APM. You can use the arrow keys and then remember to hit Q, man. I don't think it's that hard, but I digress. You know,
I like
here we-
WASD.
G and H are the graphs for her. Normally they're F6 and F7. I think I just took a screenshot. What's happening? All right, well.
Yeah, you're gonna start pausing the game on me here. I'm gonna have to ban you from the tournament. Go admin on your ass.
I don't know how you punish a caster, though. You can't take away the drafting time.
I take away your pay.
Oh, there you go. You've
got
been
him.
docked $20.
You have to contribute to the prize pool.
Here we go. Necromastery on the Shadow Fiend. Up to 12 souls to start. We knew they were going to do it, but oh, man, it just feels dirty every single time, Trent. Oh, Batrider.
Another.
Rolled back. Oh, my. Yes, it's beautiful. Ajit on the Anti-Mage has the golden blades. Really paid a lot of money for that. It's a sign of a truly experienced Anti-Mage player. And hey, you know, Trent, by the way, they finally re-added this. You can see what items people have now.
Oh, I know, and it looks so good. No wonder they took a while. You know, they got it right.
Amazing. So I love this. This was one of my favorite things to do in the laning stage was evaluate people's items, and now we can actually do it again, Trent.
Except it takes
Dota
up the whole
has become fun
screen
for
now,
me.
which is kind of an issue because
That's true.
You can't
It
really
is-
do it while casting now.
Very intrusive. Yes.
But it looks neat.
That's how I live my life, man.
I
Intrusive.
think it's supposed to be like the looking at the items like in CS:GO.
Ah,
I'm
one
just
step
saying that to
closer.
tilt
When you
slacks,
look
by
at
the
your
way.
gun and you're, oh, hey, look how cool my op is. You know, I wanted to shoot an op in real life, and apparently it's quite difficult. It's a rare, oddly hard to use weapon.
Oh, well,
Not
sorry.
very practical.
Sorry to disappoint.
Yeah. So offlane Batrider here. Looks like it's going to be Clockwork Shadow Fiend in the mid. Thought the Clockwork might move around a little bit more with his boots, but he's happy just making space for the Shadow Fiend, who's doing just fine, racking up the last hits. Easy peasy. Free money.
Yeah, Storm just can't do anything here.
Yeah, that's brutal mid lane.
He needs a lot of help, as long as Clock's anywhere nearby too. But once he gets up a little bit, maybe his ball or something, he can just try and spam the wave, go to the jungle, do Storm Spirit things, right? Standard stuff. Bottom lane should be pretty chill for Ben. Unlikely to get zoned out. Unlikely to die. Hard to harass it with Shadow Word because every time he Shadow Words, he just repels.
Yeah, that's true. There are these certain matchups where Omni Knight is just really, really good.
Yeah.
You know, Warlock counters a lot of heroes, but Repel is the instant counter. He's able to leech. He's got his level 2.
And look how he's playing it too. Because Boombox, he knows that the cooldown on Repel's so long, level 1, so he immediately tries to get the second Shadow Word on, but Boombox, like Ben just leaves. So he's going to have Repel back. Now he comes back, and it doesn't matter again.
30 seconds at level 1. My God.
That's a little painful. And oh, of course, well, what else would you do mid to save it but pick Pudge and pull? I guess we should have mentioned that in the draft. I keep forgetting that's a thing still.
Yep. I've caught some of it here. It's a good way to mess up the lane equilibrium. Ensure that the Storm gets some last hits under the tower. It's one of those weird things that in pub games, last hitting against the tower feels impossible, but in pro games, once you understand the mechanisms, it's pretty much free farming for the Storm. So it's huge. This is actually recovery for him. He's got 14 last hits, actually more than the Shadow Fiend now. So it has brought back this mid lane for Nana.
Yeah. And this is how we saw teams countering the draft before it got nerfed, is they'd always pick those Rubik Ancient things too, because people started doing this Clockwork SF thing, and they're like, okay, well, you're committing your first 2 picks to super jacked SF dominating the mid lane and shutting down my mid, so I'm just going to pull against you. And we were getting Rubik Ancients every single time from up here, but since that's been shifted now, and supposedly we were supposed to take out pulling, one would think, it's now rather obnoxious to have this. I really think that needs to just be removed. I don't know.
You're just a Pudge hater, though, Trent. Every
No,
time
I
I
love
talk to you about this
Pudge.
hero, you're shitting on how annoying he is. He's the
How
new
he's
age
broken as
techies.
hell.
He's broken as hell. He's pulling into the lane. You're hating on him.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, here
what
we
level's
go.
that hero? What level's that hero? Level
That's
2.
a level
Did you
2
see how
Pudge.
far that initiation was?
I did. Boombox might live through it, though. He's got himself a level 2 Shadow Ward. Very nice. He's
So
good.
We're gonna
The
whine
power of
about
the
Earth
Warlock.
Spirit, and then no, I love casting Pudge though. I'm never gonna complain about that.
That's true.
I just think he's very obnoxious to play against.
You're still a hater. Haters
Yeah,
gonna
I'm a
hate.
hater. I'm a hater. Sorry, Pudge. But not
Also
really.
a big Taylor Swift fan.
Also true.
So mid lane continues to go back and forth. The pendulum swings, as they say. Armel is taken over as the leading farmer once more down bottom. Looks like we'll see something onto Abing. TP home. He might be able to make it, and he will. Not even close to enough damage between the two big boys. Pudge with the repel, doing the dirty combo. But hey, we didn't mention that. If he doesn't have the hook, that's a free TP out.
Too shabby.
Top, how's our buddy Andy Mage doing? He's got this dank hairdo.
Hey, he looks
I think,
good.
I think they call this a duck's ass. Oops, I'm looking at items while the Storm Spirit dies. Or pardon me, while
I mean,
the
is
Shadow
that-
Fiend dies.
How, I don't even know how that just happened. He must have
Yeah,
tried to go. He was definitely min-maxing because he's got a regen rune. I guarantee.
But dude, the Storm Spirit doesn't even have Vortex. Like, that should never happen. It was 2v1 there. There was
well,
a
clock
a
TP'd in
clockwork.
after.
Okay, well, still.
It still doesn't make sense, no.
Okay,
I don't know what
well,
happened.
I'll take partial credit for that, but Anti-Mage does have a duck's ass confirmed on his head.
All right, good. I'm glad we got at least that sorted out.
So he'll go for the Battle Fury. They don't
Damn.
have a hell of a lot to control this Anti-Mage.
What a huge solo kill.
Honestly, like, look at the net worth right now. Storm is #1.
And
He's
the
level
experience
6.
too. Just, I mean, that also comes because of the pulls that were mid too. Definitely can't deny that, but
100%. I mean, that's what makes that kind of a play possible. But this Shadow Fiend, he has... We were talking about the free start you get with Clockwork. Down bottom, another hook shot onto the Vengeful Spirit. This one could be a kill, but nope. Reinforcements are here. It's a 2v3, and Clutch Gamers have the advantage. They will push back the likes of Ben and his good buddy Afu.
man, you scared
Will
me for a
not
second
find
there.
the kill.
I thought you were saying Fly Solo was level 6. I always call it hook shot too, though. Whenever I'm casting Pudge, and I feel like an idiot. So I hope
shot?
you feel like an idiot. Yeah,
Meat
you
hook?
called- Yeah. Well, there's a
Oops.
Clockwork. He has hook shot.
Well, I'm sorry, Trent.
Now I'm making you miss another kill probably as he zips up top and
I
grabs
caught
the
it.
bat.
I watched it. I
Oh,
listened to the soothing sounds of the Mana Void from Anti-Mage. Nice cleanup there.
I'm glad someone's paying attention.
Mm-hmm. I'm with it,
This
Trent.
is good. This is why you're fresh, man. You're here.
Yeah, yeah.
We needed it. Where we, Annie and I were slacking.
Yeah, she made that face. At first, I was like, what? It's 9. I've just awoken. We were going to go to the hot spring today, see our friend, the Naked Manager.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I think we're still going, just slightly later. Up top, are they looking for something here? Nana, he's lingering, man. He's got himself Arcane Boots, Soul Ring. They want to kill this Bat Rider back to back. Here we go. Ajit goes in. The zip zap from Nana. Firefly comes out. TP from Boombox. And they'll be on the defensive. Storm A little bit of mana left. He'll be just fine as he makes it down to the low ground. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Pudge wraps around the tree line. Ah Bing in some trouble, gets stunned up, and out comes the repel. He'll be slowed down by the rot. The meat hook connects, and Ben will give him the hammer. The holy light of the Omni Knight will help find the kill as Vengeful Spirit falls. 3-0 WG.Unity coming out swinging.
Such a good duel off lane, honestly.
Is under attack.
Pudge Omni, strong stuff. Could see this again, honestly, from some teams. It's pretty strong. There's so many good combos in Dota right now. Like there's that Ogre Magnus that you can open with. You could probably open with Pudge Omni, honestly, if it ends up being that strong that people start to ban it. Just the fact that you can do this pull and like dual lane together, two very strong heroes. They're gonna find Fly Solo searching for the next bounty.
Yeah, he's in pretty deep though. He does not have a TP scroll. Fair bit of movement speed, but they're starting to.
He's got level 2 battery assault though. Afu has to be careful.
There's also the Rubik. They're going to be able to cliff him here if they're not careful. Out come the Cogs. Clockwork almost makes it up to the high ground, but actually plops back down. Sort of lucky for Fly Solo, I think.
Dude, no, all right. See, that was intentional. He puts the Cogs there, so they'll bounce him down.
Ah, okay, because Clockwork can't sit on top of the Cogs.
Even if it was accidental, I'm going to give him full credit for that.
Okay, no, I get it. Yeah, I thought you could still cliff him up there, even with the Cogs down. But he, very clutch indeed. All right, well, they still find a kill on the Pudge. Vengeful Spirit comes in. She dropped that magic missile to find the kill.
That was sick.
Yeah.
What a liver.
All right, Fly Solo,
treble
dude.
top. 6 stacks, but ooh, after this hook. Might have been able to turn
Clockwork
that
barely
around.
even took any damage in that whole exchange. That was really impressive.
Yeah, it was just like a zoned out Rubik, and then 1v1 with the Pudge. Couldn't get any right clicks, so it's only the rot hitting you, and not too scary. This way on in the game.
Well, pretty solid lead here for WG.Unity. 1,500 XP net worth at the moment. Storm Spirit's still number 1. Omni Knight, now level 6 in the offlane. Actually skips the GA for now. Grabs that next point in Purification. Bit of a sign that he's going to plan on staying solo in the offlane. Meanwhile, up top, in comes Hana. Might be able to find this solo kill on Afu. He's burning down, and there's one. Ajit needs to be a little bit careful. He does blink to the other side of the tree line, and he'll survive. Clockwork was on the way, but couldn't get there in time. Of course, not yet. Level 6, no hook shot. Sign of life here out of Clutch Gamers. They get another one.
Yeah, it's a nice kill. It helps out the Bat Rider quite a bit. Ajit just doing the math there, and he's like, yeah, this will not kill Bat. Even if I mana avoid him, it only did like 400, 500 damage or so. Or not even, actually. It only do like 300, so.
Gets Bat Rider up 1,400 gold, so 2/3 of the way to that Blink Dagger. Big stuff for him.
Big day for Bat Rider, man. Dead hero showing up in 2 games now. Doesn't even need a Centaur this time. It's great.
Well, we'll see how he fares. I'm not totally sold on Bat Rider this patch. I mean, it's always has potential to be a scary hero because he can isolate heroes. The nature of turning 5v5s into 4v5s is always good, but he just feels so fragile to me. You know, if he has that perfect game, if things go pretty well, yeah, he looks strong, but those games
like
where he
Legion,
gets shut down.
I think.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's in terms of current heroes.
Very just snowbally hero. Rides the momentum.
Hasted Snana.
Yeah, Hana going to be in some big trouble here. Storm Spirit throwing the auto attacks. Fly Solo drops the cogs, breaks up the fight. And that will actually be the end of it. Clutch Gamers not able to... Or pardon me, WG not able to find a kill there on Clutch Gamers. Nice defense out of the Radiant. Okay.
Yeah, slowing down the momentum a little bit. Not going to let it get too far out of control. Could definitely happen when you have like an Omni on their team, but for now, only 10.5 minutes in, so Ben's still just chilling down bottom, doing his thing with Afu, trying to slow down the progression of this Venge, but not going all too well. She's ahead of the Anti-Mage, despite the non-stop pressure in her lane.
Yeah.
Scouting Satyr on the side, looking for Pudge.
Anti-Mage
Man, I always call this Kobold a Satyr. I'm so sorry, dude.
But he looks so much like a Kobold.
I don't know. Something's wrong with me. I'm sorry.
He's got the goblet. God damn, look how fast this thing is. 476.
I know. And look at his little, like, goal, his, like, cup. He looks great.
Yeah, that would be a goblet. A chalice, perhaps?
Yeah, well, I was going to say wine, and I got confused, because I thought he had wine because of the logo, but if you actually look inside, it's empty. So that's probably why he's running so fast. He's looking for more.
Ah, look at you getting into the lore. Man, you've been watching
Slacks. Yeah.
Sir Action Slacks videos, yeah. The lore master. Rubik now level 6, so he's got spell steal down bottom. We could see something break out. Ben walks around the sideline.
It was a nice play. They use the kobold to hold the wave, and then they get the pull off, and then they're going to pull it down the tower and not have to deal with this Pudge.
Kobold is honestly the perfect creep for doing these kind of kiting plays because he's so fast, the creeps just can't catch up with him. So you can pretty much infinitely kite him, not really take much damage on it. It's pretty cute. It's adorable.
Yeah, and the Bing's getting every last
Dominator.
Best item, Dota 2. He's blocking out hooks now, too.
Yeah. It really is. I was buying it just for the regen and stuff and kind of stacking, and recently I've been spamming creeps and you just cycle through the different spells. It really catches people off guard. Yeah, it's really fun. You come in, you just hit them with a thunderclap, run in with a hoof stomp.
I was playing offlane Wind Ranger yesterday and I bought Helm first and it was hilarious. Great, you can buy it on literally any hero and it's so good because the creeps are just so good.
No, it's like the New Age Iron Talon. When that first came out, people said, this is the item that lets any hero be able to jungle. And Helm of the Dominator is, this is the hero that lets any hero kind of be a carry, or at least be an early game core.
Well, it lets you like fight anywhere on the map too with your creep, and you can just be like pushing waves.
I've also had it where, you know, maybe you die in a team fight, you get initiated on, then you still have a creep. You know, you have a mud golem and you can kill people with it.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Lasso on the Ben. Hook not going to connect. Ana still finds the kill though. Omni not able to drop the GA. Fly solo on the way in. He's one creep short of the level 6 hook shot. It's still zoning him out pretty well. They've brought down the tower. Nice little setup for Clutch Gamers. Armel just hanging out in the back, laying into damage. He's got a Shadow Blade. Does the Courier fall?
Storm just wasted his whole mana pool trying to get that. He's a Bloodstone. Oh, he's a regen rune. Never mind. So this is totally worth it. It's fine.
Here we go. Swap onto X Nova. Rubik out of mana, out of options. And the tier 2 exposed. There is a glyph, so they will be able to buy some time. Pudge looking for a hook perhaps, but a hook here might not do much for him. He grabs a creep. Hook shot in. There it is. Fly solo. Hits him out with the cogs, and there's the follow-up damage from the team. Armel able to pick that one up, and it'll be a twofer. Tier 2 tower goes down. And CG aren't done yet. They've still got a goddamn reign of chaos here, man. Chaotic offering.
They have a satyr coming. This is terrifying. I mean, you look at this draft. They have an anti-mage and a storm. But they were like, all right, we're going Venge. We're just doing it, right? Like, this is, they're trying to beat it out, and it's working right now. That's a tier 3. It is gone.
Dude, Clutch Gamers are hitting this timing. Storm now jumps in, drops the Venge, but here's the rock from the Warlock. Boombox.
Oh, it's stolen!
Bonds. He can't quite get it, though, and now the counterplays come. Fly solo goes down. Anti-Mage drops the ult, and it's enough for the kill on the Warlock and his Golem. Rubik, with the stolen Chaotic Offering, helps turn the fight around, and it's a big hold for WG.Unity. 1,500 net worth swing. Hot diggity dog, Trent.
Oh my god, they just got shrine debated so hard. Oh, I thought for sure they were gonna get that, and they just stole the rock. What a play. I was like, I saw that rock coming down. I was like, that tower is dead. They're just gonna, like, they're all stunned. Everyone just hit the tower once, and that thing's going down, and we're at least gonna get shrines, because we're probably, you know, just gonna have to try and run away. Some people are gonna die to storm. We're just gonna accept that, but.
Yeah. So, and the tier 1 was split pushed. Anti-Mage gets his Battle Fury out of all that. You know, there are more repercussions than just defending the high ground, but a lot of space for their cores that were around the map. The Bloodstone's up on Storm Spirit. He now has 15 charges. Great debut of that item. This could be that swing of momentum WG.Unity we're waiting for. However, Clutch Gamers will not be demoralized here, Trent. They go right in, and another creep picked up. It's a Mud Golem.
Party don't stop. They have Blink Lasso. They have Hook Shot. No one can contest this without fear of punishment. They see the Warlock. He might be dead. And it feels like it, but maybe hoping to fry some bigger fish here.
Over a minute on that Golem. Clutch Gamers brought to you by Pringles. Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
Oh, nice smoke. Caught out by the... what's that thing called? Scan. That is the word in my brain.
The Scan. Mud Golem takes the brunt of the initiation. Storm zips right into the lasso. The Requiem follows, but now the meat hook from Pudge. Storm barely survives. Pudge gets the deny, and Ben will be brought down by the Shadow Fiend. Storm might not be out of the clear yet, though. They're trying to hunt him down. He's out of mana. Might have to suicide. Uses that last bit of mana as Hana connects with some of the sticky napalm. It's so sticky, Trent, but are they going to be baited again? The Shrine giving Nana the valuable resources he needs. Thinking about a turn on the Bat Rider, but we'll just head back to lane and play it safe.
Armel's an objective gamer, though.
Woo. Yep. He's got the tower, and Anti-Mage did find another tower while that was happening, so the split push is starting to become a slight threat for Odd Jit. They probably got another 5 minutes before it's too much of a threat, but here we go. Solo kill for the Storm Spirit, perhaps. Boombox not able to survive. The level 3 Shadow Ward does not keep him up. killing spree for the enemy Storm Spirit.
Radiant's middle tower is
Oh,
under
wrong
attack.
neighborhood for Mr. Warlock there. I get a little bit of farm going here. And, well, he's dead. His golems aren't up anyways. Who cares? Not even a hero.
Are you starting to get scared of this anti-mage, though, Trent? He's working on the Yasha. I mean, he's moving. No, you're not scared?
No.
Okay.
Not quite.
Armel with the Silver Edge. Interesting to see him just rush it here. See, what does that get rid of? Spell Shield from Anti-Mage, Degen Aura. It gets rid of Overload, doesn't it? If he's Silver Edge Storm, he can't proc Overloads. Is that proper?
That is correct, sir.
So
It's
that's
a passive.
Yeah, so it's kind of an interesting Silver Edge.
We've gotten to the
game here.
point now where everyone just kind of buys it. It tanks you up, gives you the lower cooldown.
Yeah, it's just everything across the board.
Yeah. But
Slot
the
efficiency.
Anti-Mage definitely the numero uno for this one. Very good against him.
Roche Pit. Opportunity here. This is pretty risky. WG.Unity starting to move into the vicinity.
I think it's fine because you have golems and lasso. I don't think you can fight this Styre.
Look at the Centaur. Look at this. Look at this HOD. It's just countering the punch, but he still gets the hook. Abing throws a stun straight away. Hook shot in from Phi Solo. Out comes the repel. Dismember. Locks down the clockwork. Rubik drops the rock. Meanwhile, on the backside, Batrider locks down Storm, and Armel sets up the Requiem. That'll be the first kill. He respawns almost instantly thanks to the Bloodstone. But Batrider with a nice, easy setup. They pull off the combo.
Oh, fuck, not there.
Still, 5v5 again as Storm reinitiates, comes zipping on in. Clockwork drops the cogs to try to break up the fight. He wants vengeance. Hana on the high ground in a lot of trouble. His team can't save him. Flame Break buys him a second, but it's not enough. Now Fly Solo gets hooked by the Pudge, but Roche does fall to the Radiant. Armel picks up the Aegis. Ben gets brought down as he gets stunned
Wow, what
and
a
whomped
grab.
by the Golem.
Oh, did he DC or something? Oh, Batrider DC'd.
Just Batrider. He was dead.
That Omni had so much mana. 309 when he went down there. Had his Soul Ring and everything. Had Guardian's Angel, but just stunned up. Unable to do anything. Crazy fight. The fact that the spell steal was just like revealed and he just saw him steal the magic missile. You can just see immediately Bubak's like, yup, runs in, just drops the rock. Because he's like, I don't want this stolen again. I know that he's not going to have that for another 20 seconds, so I am A-okay with this.
Absolutely. Fight for CG, though. Armel, man, the objective-based gamer, knew exactly what he wanted there. Finishes off the Roche while the rest of his team makes the space. It's the Aegis. And Storm now down to only 12 Bloodstone charges. That kind of resets him. He's working on the Orchid not too far away. The old Batrider can reconnect here. Oh, okay, I see.
Wait. These guys are pretty clowny, honestly.
I thought they were just saying, yeah, just go, don't worry. Play around it. Of course, the Batrider's reconnected. So let's take a look at this gold graph. God damn it, I took another screenshot. 1,500 net worth lead for WG.Unity. Quite the peak there. One of the first Tetons. About a 4K experience lead for the Dire squad.
Oh, pretty happy with that if you have a any mage and a storm, right? Fairly good. And CG just, they got it right back on the bike, though. No real choice this lineup. Gotta go. Pedal to the metal. Head down mid. Use the Aegis. And ideally, you want to, like, kind of push this out, keep mid going, and by the time you get this tower, at least have most of your spells back. Maybe Requiem would be nice. Probably not going to have golems, since we still have 70 seconds to go.
Very true. Smoke rotation here. Batrider. Some fresh infused raindrops.
Force staff, too.
Yeah. Fly Solo working on... Oh, it's going to be a mech, but looks like a force staff now. Shot available. Need the vision. That's anti-mage now with a Manta style.
I'd not have seen that. He gave away with Firefly, but I don't think they spotted it.
Oh, here we go. Lasso connects onto the Rubik. Do they have the follow-up damage? The Storm with a long-range zip comes hopping in onto Hana. Abing says, let's get the hell out of here, guys. He turns and heads for the hills. He'll leave the Bat Rider high and dry. He's got teammates nearby, though. Shadow Fiend starts pump faking the ult, having a dance party of his own. Aegis of the Immortal still in tow. Plenty of time left on it here. They've got over 2 minutes.
Wow.
3 minutes.
Nice hook by Afu. I actually thought he dodged out the hook with that flame break for a second, but it was that weird, like, because it comes back to the hook at the end, so even though the animation made it look like Rubik wasn't going to get grabbed, he still did, so. Well done. That means no lasso initiation, so this is a bit worrisome. You know, this is Manta AM. You can't sleep on this guy at all. If like once he disappears from this wave, they need to be really careful as to where they're standing in mid. If he just shows up and hops on one of your heroes, they are dead.
Yep. All that mana burn into the mana void. At this point, a lot of your heroes have big enough mana pool. Even that Warlock, a full... If he's at 0% mana, that mana void's going to hurt. Him, the Shadow Fiend. Almost a 1k mana pool on him, too.
And it's off.
Doing a good job stalling this out for now. Bat Rider alive. He'll have the lasso in just a couple of seconds. Looks like Clutch Gamers are ready to have another go. They've got the Warlock ultimate to boot.
See the AM top two, so no concern. They just push forward. And 2 minutes to go. Now, here's the question. Do we go for bottom tower again? And
100%. Yes. Look at this. They're going right for it, baby.
These are dead now, though, so 15 seconds till back door. Gotta hurry.
Fire do have a glyph, and they will not use it to save the tower. Hook off the mark from Afu. Now Barracks exposed and ready to go. Nana jumps in. Orchid onto the Shadow Fiend. Remember, he's the one with the Aegis. Fly Solo jumps in with the hook shot. Out comes the Golem. GA from Omni, but there's a lot of magic damage still flying around. Hana gets popped by the Mana Void, but it might still be okay for CG. They'll lose their position 1 Venge, and Armel forced to retreat. They pop the dust, and he's going to get caught. The meat hook connects, and Boombox, now on the run, will get chased down. He almost finds a kill on Rubik, but it's not enough, and Boombox will indeed fall. It is not good for Clutch Gamers. Trent, is that debated round 2 or what there?
Yeah, I'm surprised they stayed after the tower, honestly. I thought that was a tower out situation. But they stuck around. They forced out an Omni Knight buyback, but obviously still favoring them quite heavily for Warriors Gaming. I mean, that guy, he loses 844, but then you factor that into the whole net worth thing, and that's like a 2k swing in Dyer's favor.
Yep. When in doubt, tower and out.
Well said. That would have helped
Trent.
That should be on like a shirt, T-shirt maybe, or like one of those
that should be a
inspirational plaques
hashtag.
on your wall.
Plaque. Commemorative plaque of that great zinger you had that one time. 17 charges on the Bloodstone here for Nana. It's starting to feel pretty darn good for WG.Unity.
Let's say, I know what your favorite thing is. It's that, right? Aghanim's AM.
Oh, daddy.
Look at this game for it, too. Beautiful.
This is so sick. So you've got swap. Well, I guess it doesn't...
Swap, magic missile? Yeah, swap technically
it does counter swap. Okay, I was getting it confused with like a Lotus Orb or whatever, but... Anyway, Lasso, I guess technically Shadow Ward, but that's a pretty small one at this point.
Well, swap is one of those weird ones where technically it doesn't counter swap, right? Because if you swap him while it's up, it's going to pop it, the Lincolns, and then, so that one doesn't hit, and then the AM one is fired back. So he will still get swapped.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Unless the Lincoln's part is, well, yeah, then that doesn't work. So yeah, he will get swapped. If he gets
it's
swapped,
a weird,
so.
it's a weird mechanic, but even just stopping the lasso, the magic missile, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's the best part, because if you try and lasso him, then it's gonna pop the Lincolns, and then AM's gonna lasso you, and he can like drag the Bat Rider.
Yep. The Lotus Orb effect. It's like Lincolns and Lotus in one.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though. Oh, Storm Spirit goes zipping on out with the TP. Very nice. Clearing out the creep wave. Classic.
We're back, guys. It never feels good when you're forced to push in with a 15,000 XP deficit and a 6k net worth deficit.
Damn, that's a lot of XP. Let's take a look at the level chart.
Yeah, they're just this 5-man lineup. They have no choice.
Yeah, the big cores that have been split pushing are really out leveling them now. The anti-mage level 21 compared to the 17 Armel. Then it's a big drop off after that. Venge is only level 13 right now compared to the 19 Storm Spirit. Oh, fuck. Here we go. Initiation. Nope. Okay. Talk these in. Armel, pretty far forward here. Stunned up. Swap. Opping will save him. Snova steals the swap. Nice grab there from the Rubik. Now, Hana jumps in,
what a
but
save.
instant swap broken by the Rubik. He'll survive through this burst damage. GA from the Omni Knight. They might find the Bat Rider after all. Armel channels the Requiem, but doesn't find much out of it as Hana gets brought down by the Storm Spirit. He may pay with his life, and he does. He denies, though.
Oh, yeah, that's
Could
a
be
worthy
barracks
buyback.
for Clutch Gamers. Buyback now from the Storm. He's ready to zip in. They need something here, and they'll find it. Anti-Mage with the Mana Void brings the SF low. Abbane goes in hard for the barracks. They need this. Can they find it? 40 HP. They're trying to finish off the Golem, and they do. 22 HP. They go all in for it. Hook shot now from Afu. Finds Boombox. It's a 5 for 2 with a buyback from the Storm Spirit, but a huge hold for WG.Unity. Neither of the barracks fall, and Clutch Gamers, oh my, they could taste it there, Trent. It was in grasp.
Even if you get that Rax, this game is still so difficult, right? I mean, it's an aim, a Storm. It'll barely put a dent into them, but great buyback choice there from Nana. It's 20 seconds, but it was worthy. You know, they had the glyph. They knew they could save the buildings, and although it was a little bit close, they were right in the end.
Yeah, so it's sort of a side grade here in terms of raw net worth gain, but shuts down Clutch Gamers pretty hard, allows them to push out that tier 2 tower mid. And I think this Dire squad may just rotate and finish off that last outer tier 2 here in the top lane. And maintaining this map control bodes pretty well for Roche. It is going to be a longer respawn close to that max timer. That's all right. WG.Unity at this point, they've got so much pick-off potential. If they just find one pick-off in the jungle, one hook, one zip, they can easily push high ground. You know, one hook, or pardon me, yeah. Really, even if Anti-Mage finds somebody at this point.
And then we just start to think about Roche too. I mean, flares are coming out. A very late one though. So about 2 minutes to go. And they get Aegis on Storm or AM in this game. It's terrifying.
Anti-Mage going for the Butterfly next. And that'll be the tier 2 tower up top finished off. They do not have anything to deal with this Butterfly. This is where the Anti-Mage getting this far ahead really starts to get scary. This guy's nowhere close to an MKB, and in fact, the Shadow Fiend's going for a Butterfly himself.
Yeah,
like, how do they kill this Anti-Mage? I don't
has
think
me
they
to
can.
like Fatal Bonds and like just getting lucky consecutive right clicks.
Fatal Bonds. Oh my. Does Anti-Mage's Ag stop Fatal Bonds at all? I guess if they're casting it on that target, but they'll still bounce to you if you're next to people. So, pretty easy to play around from the Warlock's perspective. Yeah, at this point, WG might as well just wait out the next Roche. They know it's got to be soon. They've now got the Aghanims on Pudge, so talk about going fishing. 4-second cooldown on the hook. My god.
It's actually so good.
450 pure damage on top of that. That's something else people forget. That scales pretty decently well into the late game.
Yeah, that's
and you hook
okay.
the Warlock, that's a third of his HP. Pretty significant.
Kind of cool to see it before even a Blink Dagger here on Afu, but he's got the confidence.
Yeah, that's true, actually. They're
And
rushing
plus,
the
he's
Aghanims.
just so rich, so it's just like, yeah.
He didn't even buy the Soul Ring.
Yeah, what the hell, dude? Yeah, this game was pretty weird, though.
Storm going for the Lincolns.
They put so much pressure on that bottom lane with this Omni Knight and Pudge that the Venge like didn't get into like crazy out of control territory despite being babysit by a Warlock the entire time. X-Nova, this is my life now situation. Live in the pit. I wait for my friend, Roche.
Yep. He's got the Aghanim Scepter queued up. Always a big pickup for Rubik's. Omni Knight also grabbed a Solar Crest. He went back for Midas Solar Crest on Phase Boots.
As if this SF's life wasn't hard enough already.
Yeah, kind of a cool Omni build. I like that we're seeing Solar Crest make a little bit of a resurgence. It felt like that was a forgotten about item for a little while there.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with this current meta, though. We just have so many minus armor strats because of Slardar. And of course, Venge, SF, Weaver, Dazzle, all very meta at the current moment. So there's plenty of these games where, oh, what item do we need to just win? Ah, but a Solar Crest. Yep, that messes up their entire team. Sounds good, guys.
Yeah,
Could use a few more Vlads. It could get kind of the same treatment, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Vlad's has always been a criminally underbought item. I think it's still the case.
Pipe finally got its due. I feel like we get pipes now.
Yeah, well, adding the aura effect is huge. 'Cause
That's
that
true.
just
It
makes
also got like mega buffed, so.
and the build-up is easier, right? Now you get the buff on Helmet or Hood of Defiance, and it's one less item to buy. So it's like the buffs on that thing are just insanely massive. It's such a value item at this point. Like a Centaur being able to jump in and just not take damage from double edge.
You guys want to try Roche against 4-second Pudge Hook? That sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean, they walk in to make sure they're not doing it. I like the idea here, understanding that Roche is the focal point now. Clutch Gamers will put up a stand. I mean, this is one of those, it's risky to try to fight here, but if you just hand it to them over for free, this game gets so much harder. And you know they'll just take map control, you're locking your base, and they starve you out. So even if Clutch get rolled in this team fight and it ends up being the end of them here, I think this is a risk they kind of need to take. And they do have options, right? You've got the Warlock ult, you've got hook shot, you've got swaps. A lot of ways to initiate and start off these kind of fights around the Roche pit. And it is working. I mean, this posturing is forcing back WG. They do not want to go into the pit when they know Clutch Gamers are sitting there with a Warlock golem ready to rock and roll.
They're getting
They'll
so
try
much
to
more,
push
though.
it out instead. Oh, yeah, this is still great for WG. I think it's good that Clutch are showing some confidence here, though. I don't think they can just passively let this go.
They pull SF bottom, though, so Nana now he can just TP to the pit and get himself an Aegis, assuming they want to give it to him.
Well, Butterfly up on Shadow Fiend. So that is something. They still have the Shrine, so SF will now TP up. Roche down to about 40% HP. WG.Unity back out. Here we go. Initiation. Storm jumps in on the Warlock. Gets off the silence, but Glimmer Cape's there. Now Storm. Lincoln's keeping him alive. It looks like the lasso was wasted on it. Unfortunate.
Still no golems. He didn't drop it.
Look from Afu. They're going to find the Shadow Fiend swap from Abing. The Golem connects on 4. This could be a big fight for Clutch Gamers, but Ben brings out the Guardian Angel.
Nice
Vengeful
hook.
Spirit dies, buys back. Hook from Afu isolates Nana, or pardon me, Hana, but now Nana is bouncing around. Boombox finds the kill on the Pudge as they trade 1 for 1. It's still a 4v4 on the field as Venge did buy back, but now Anti-Mage joins the party, pops the Shadow Fiend with a Mana Void. Double damage on Storm Spirit, brings down the clock. Boombox will go Scepter TP home, but it is not good for Clutch Gamers. Essentially a 4 for 1. Big net worth swing, and now Roche, of course, does go the way of the Dire.
So much damage from Pudge, 2,678 damage. 3 connected hooks, I believe, during that fight. Yeah, at least 3. I think he hit them all.
Yep, so that's like, 1,400 pure damage. Half
Pretty
of that
good.
is just in hooks alone.
Did more than the
Storm.
AM.
Went buck nasty. Yeah, AM is not a split pusher, but a fighter. Down bottom, we'll see more initiation. Warlock, that Glimmer Cape, worth its weight in gold right now.
I haven't seen
AM
a spell
has a
even
basher.
cast, targeted onto a G yet.
AM has an epistle. Here we go. Jumps right in on Vengeful Spirit. Out of mana. Mana Void is not there, but Venge will still fall. Hook shot from Fly Solo. Drops the cog. Anti-Mage just blinks back in and says, hey, I'll take a little more of that. A spoonful of sugar, please. This game's fucking over, bro. Clutch Gamers. I think they're in big trouble, Trent. We could be moments from a GG. No buybacks available. Mid lane of Rax will fall. And they're just going to go right for the bottom set. Well played by WG.Unity.
Yeah, this would be a race against the clock kind of a game where the clock won.
They just split it out too well. And Clutch Gamers made that misstep. That one fight going high ground when the Anti-Mage was just finishing up his Battle Fury. That was the beginning. Look at the gold graph.
Oh, I like this. YOLO item. Let's go. No!
GG.
Oh, it's Mask of Madness. How do you just GG like that? GG grats out there. From
Good
Fly
performance,
Solo.
though, from both sides. I mean, again, I like the way Clutch Gamers played that at the end. They knew what their strat needed to do. They tried to force it on the high ground. They fell short at the